Hey YouTube, it's me, Keet, and I'm back with another story time. So I'm so glad that I'm back and I'm well. I've been very sick, y'all, so I'm sorry about not being able to post consistently. I was sick a few weeks ago, but then I got sick again somehow. I don't know. I guess it was the place that I was working at that kept me sick. But yeah, like my throat, it felt like it was closing, so I had to get some meds. I was sick like a long time, y'all. But I'm glad I'm back and I'm able to, do what I need to do and post more videos for y'all. So, and I hope y'all enjoyed my most recent video. I had posted a pasta recipe. But yeah, y'all, so before we get into this story time, I just want to thank every single one of y'all who subscribed to my channel. We did reach 100 subscribers and I'm so happy for that. Yes, a success. No, for real, but thank y'all so much. I never really thought in a million years I'd get 100 subscribers. Now we're a little bit over, but I do appreciate every single last one of y'all. Like, I've been working on my channel I've been posting on my channel since January, and that's amazing growth for me because, like I said, I never thought I'd reach at least 100 subscribers. But thank y'all so much. I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway once I figure out how to do it. Like, I've been trying to ask my sister how to do it because she knows how to do the giveaways, but I'm just trying to figure it out. And I'm going to be giving away a gift card. So more details coming up soon, y'all. So we're going to have a story time today. This story time is going to be about the time my boss got beat up. Yeah, she got beat up. She deserved it too. So let's get into this story. So I was working at a beauty supply store. This is back when I was like 19. So this is a long time ago, y'all. So yeah, I had just barely turned 19. So I turned 19 and then I started working at this store a few days later, like literally a few days later. So yeah, the beauty supply store was like close by my house and I lived in the hood. So just imagine like how it was working there at the store like every day. It was crazy. Like it always had something going on in the store. Like people would just come by and bust all the windows out the beauty supply store. There would be fights. It was just crazy. All right, so let's get into the story about how my boss got beat up. And I don't know if this was the first time. I don't know, but she deserved it. And y'all see why. So we're going to call my boss. We're going to call her Miss Franks. Okay. So Miss Franks had a husband. He worked at another beauty supply store. They own beauty supply stores. So she worked at one beauty supply store and he worked at another. So, yeah, the beauty supply store that I worked at, like I had mentioned, it was, in not the best area. Like I lived in a hood. So it was crazy. So, when I was working at the beauty supply store, I'm sorry, y'all, people just yeah. When I worked at the beauty supply store, my first day there, actually, it was already some mess. Like, you know how you first start a job and then you're learning about different things. So you're just basically learning about the job. Like, I was working in beauty supply, so I had to learn about the products. I had to learn about the clothes. I had to learn about the hair, like the different hair textures, everything. Like, I had to learn about everything in the store. So this girl, she had came in and she was just upset that I just couldn't tell her, every single detail about the hair that she wanted. Like, if you know hair, like you say you do, you should know about this hair that you asked me about. Like, you the hair expert, not me. At this time, I was not a hair expert. Like, she would literally want to know everything about this hair. Oh, who grew this hair? What's their first and last name? What ethnicity? Like, if you don't get your bitch ass up out of here, it's my first day. Honey, grow your hair and you won't have this problem. No, I'm just playing, y'all, because I love my weave just like anybody else. But yeah, she was just really being irritating. She just did the most, y'all. But anyways, so months go by, like I started to grow to love the job. Like, people would actually come in the store and they would request to have me assist them, because in the back of the store was the hair section and it's where we put all of our wigs. So like I'd be behind the counter assisting people. Like if they want to try on a wig, if they want to see some hair, then they come get me. We did have other people, that could help them, but they didn't really like for them to help them. They wanted me because I was always, I was the light in the store. Like, people gravitated towards me because I was always happy. I was always smiling, and I was always willing to help somebody. You know, I was just a happy like a happy person in the store. Like, I love my job. Besides all the BS, I really did like my job. And me working there, like, I got like a lot of clients. So I would get off work and literally go home and start doing hair because I did hair on the side. So yeah, I like working there. But the downside of the job, like, my boss, she was like, she had her days where she was just really nice, you know, just really friendly. But then she had a really mean side to her. Like, I don't know why she would do it. Like, sometimes she'll just come up to me and say, you know, if you just eat sandwiches, you'll lose weight. Or if you do a 1-2, 1-2, you'll lose weight. Like what's wrong with you? I'm young, so I shouldn't even be really worried about or focused on my body right now. But you're so worried about my body. You should be worried about me working in your store. But yet you're so worried about my body. You should be worried about me if I'm stealing or something. No, you're so worried about my body. It was just weird and it bothered me. Like, I had a lot going on in my personal life, so I was an emotional wreck sometimes. So like, me going to work or going to school, like, that was my outlet. Like, it was my happy place. And she was just turning my happy place into just a place that I didn't want to be sometimes. So yeah, so like, I was very emotional back then. I would just cry a lot. Like, anything you said to me, you hurt my feelings, I cried. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I was young. I don't know. But I'm not like that now. Like, can't nobody hurt my feelings. I don't give a fuck. Like, and then my boss, like, she really made me mad because, first of all, Arizona is hot as hell. It's hot as hell. And I was working in the summer, y'all. Just like I said, I just had a birthday. So, yeah, it's summertime. And it's hot as hell. And I want to wear some Daisy Dukes on this plane. They wasn't Daisy Dukes, but they was shorts. So she would tell me I can't wear shorts to work. I'm not finna wear no damn pants. But then later on, she gonna hire other people and she let them wear shorts. Like, she just was hating on me so bad. It was crazy. Like, if you want to learn how to grow a booty, all you gotta do is ask. Why you gotta be mad? You ain't gotta throw salt on me. Tell me I can't wear shorts. You need a booty pop? I could let you know where to buy one. I'm just kidding, because I don't know shit about no damn booty pops. But yeah, like, she just, I don't know. She didn't like me, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, she would just talk about my weight. And I remember one time, like, a customer she had came in and we had became friends. Like, she would come in all the time. She was real pretty, y'all. She was around my age. No, she was probably like a couple years older. I remember she had a son and she lived in the apartments that was right next to the beauty supply store. So she would come in all the time, like, and she had this long, pretty, thick hair. I remember her. She had this real long, pretty, thick hair, and she would wear wigs all the time. I used to ask her, like, why you always wearing wigs? She's just like, I don't know, I want to switch it up. So she'd probably come and get a wig a few times a month. So this time she came into the store, I was in the back. It was slow that day. It was probably early, but it was slow. And I remember I was in the back of the store with the wigs, just, you know, trying to be away from my boss, trying to be away from Miss Franks. Because I think at that time she had hired somebody new and she was of her nationality. So, you know, she clicked up with her. They would just always be at the register talking and laughing, making fun of me, of course. But I just wanted to be in the back and be by myself because that was my long day. On my longer shift, it was just me in the store, not my other coworkers. I was just working by myself. So I remember my friend she had came in and I was in the back combing the wigs. And then she was like, what's wrong, friend? You just seem out of it today. You don't seem too happy like your normal self. And I just broke down crying because my boss, Miss Frank, she just basically called me fat again. And, you know, I'm going to, you know, post a picture of how I used to look back then when I was 19. Like, I wasn't really fat. I was just more so bottom heavy. And I guess that was just fat to her. I don't know. But I think I look pretty good, you know. But yeah, so you probably couldn't see in the picture, but I was real bottom heavy. Like, it was there. So yeah, so I just told her, I was like, you know, she's talking about my waist. So she was just, me and her, we was just back there having a long conversation. And she was just telling me like how beautiful I was. And she just like, I wouldn't say envy, but she really just, you know, complimented me because she thought that I was beautiful. And she thought that I had a nice body. And she just, you know, wanted to be, you know, my size because she was a little heavier, but she was so gorgeous. And just to let y'all know, just because you're heavy, it does not mean that you're ugly, okay? And yeah, it's all about the face anyways. It's all in the face. I try to tell my daughter this all the time. Girl, it's all about the face, okay? So yeah. So we're just back there talking, and fast forward to the day everything went down, y'all. Okay, y'all, so to the part where my boss got beat up. So I remember this day like it was yesterday, y'all. So it was on one of my long days. No, it wasn't a long day. It wasn't. Because I remember on the long days, the rest of the coworkers are there. Like the people who work in the wigs and everything like me. And like, you know, not the people on the register. But yeah. So my other two coworkers, they were there with me. And I remember it was my turn to take lunch. So you could either sit in the back and eat lunch, and you can watch the, what is it called? The camera. Because there was like a monitor back there, and it's different cameras all over the monitor. You could just watch if you want to, or you just turn it off, or you can eat outside. You don't necessarily have to eat back there, but I chose to eat back there for whatever reason. So I just remember sitting in the back at the table watching the watching the camera. So y'all, like a group of people came in the store. They came in the store, and I don't know, I guess they were stealing from what I could see when I wasn't, you know, paying attention to my phone. I don't know. I guess they were stealing. I don't know. But this is the day my boss, Miss Franks, her son was there. No, she has two older sons. Yeah, both her older sons were there with her, and they were on the register, and she was just somewhere in the store. So yeah, so I guess the people who had the large group that came into the store, they were stealing. And I guess Miss Franks and her son said something to them. Like they caught them. They just took off on my boss and her sons. Well, one of the sons. They started beating up my boss. And then, of course, my boss's son was trying to defend her because she was an older lady. Like, she was probably in her 60s, and she was just real small. Like, she was probably like 4'11", a little bit slim. So she was a smaller lady. And y'all know, if you know, you know, like the people who run those kind of stores, you know. Come on now, y'all know. So yeah, she was that. So she was just, I remember she was standing in front of the double doors, because we had double doors for you to come in and come out. She was like trying to block the doors so the people who were shoplifting couldn't get out. And they just started beating her up. They started beating her ass. And then her son was trying to defend her, so he got his ass beat too. And I remember they broke the door. Like, somehow they broke the door. And I don't know, like, I stayed back there like, I'm not finna get beat up too, you know? Like, this ain't got nothing to do with me. This your store, your products. You caught them stealing. Y'all got your ass beat. I'm going to stay in the back where I belong, where it's safe, and I'm going to finish my lunch. I'm not getting paid to help break up a fight, and that's not my job description anyway. So I'm just going to stay back there, and when my lunch break is over, I'm going to come out, and that's what I did. So once my lunch break was over, I came out, and I checked on Miss Franks, and I asked her, is she okay? She, you know, she was hysterical. She was crying. And y'all know the softer side of me came out. You know, I had to give her a hug and just tell her, you know, everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about them. The police came. You know, even though she was always making fun of my weight, I just, you know, it was hard for me to see her in that stage, you know, crying and stuff. And she kind of got beat up a little bad. You know, she was already a little bald right here, y'all. She had like a little circle right there. And she was always in the mirror messing with it, plucking her hair. But it was a little bit more bald. I don't know if they was pulling her hair, but she was bald right there. And it was really red, so I'm guessing they was pulling on her hair. I don't know. I didn't see that part. But yeah, she just got her ass whipped that day. And from that day forward, like, if we were closing the store, I had to wait with her until she left. And then I could leave. Like, I couldn't leave before her, like, which was weird because it's dark and we in the ghetto. Who's gonna protect me? She ended up hiring security to watch the store and wait for us to come out when the store was closing. But y'all, it was just a lot of more stuff that she did to me. That it's just a whole nother story where she was just taking an obscene amount of money out of my check. For one, y'all, I was getting paid every 2 weeks, And back then, checks was nothing. I was on a good day. I probably made like one of my checks the whole 2 years I was working there, because I worked there at that store a long time. One of my checks for 2 weeks, the biggest check I ever had, y'all, was $411. So, y'all, the rest of my checks was already 3 something. She started taking $150 out of my checks. And that's a whole nother story. It's just a whole nother story itself. It was crazy, y'all. And I didn't know better. I did not know better back then. If I knew what I knew now, back then, like, it would have been different. I would never even let nothing like that happen. But, y'all, well, yep. I mean, what do y'all think? Let me know down in the comments. Do you think she deserved to get beat up? I wouldn't really say deserve, because they shouldn't have been stealing out of her store. But at the same time, it was karma because of how she was treating me. I was her best employee, y'all. I was her best employee. I didn't steal from her. I was always honest. I showed up to work every day. I had to work 6 days a week, y'all. And on top of that, I was a full-time college student. So, and I had to catch the bus too. Like, even if like one of my coworkers, they didn't show up, I was there. If she called me, Keishelle, can you be here? I mean, Key, can you be here? So-and-so is not coming to work. Yes, I'll be there. I had to drop whatever I was doing, get my ass on that bus, and go straight to work. So I was her best employee, and she just treated me like shit. But y'all, because they didn't show up, I was there. If she called me, can you be here? So-and-so is not coming to work. Yes, I'll be there. I had to drop whatever I was doing, get my ass on that bus, and go straight to work. So I was her best employee, and she just treated me like shit. But y'all, that's it for this story. I'm sorry if it wasn't long enough, but I just really want to tell that story. I just want to let y'all know this. Never work too hard. Always know that you're replaceable. They fire you one day and they'll have somebody replacing you that same day. Like, you're never important to a company. That's just the way I see it. So let me let y'all go with this. I ended up finding another job after that, after the 2 years that I was working there. And I wasn't going to tell her about the job until I actually started it. But my coworkers, they were fake. You know, they stabbed me in the back. They were being fake. And they ended up telling her that I was starting a new job. And she tried to keep my whole check. That's another story, y'all. That's a whole nother story. But yeah, that's it for this story. Thank y'all so much for watching my story. I do have more story times for y'all. But if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.